Now, there's been a significant increase in the number of injured seal pups in our region. A wildlife centre in West Norfolk has seen more sick pups in 3 months than they normally treat in a whole year.
Now vets are appealing for our old towels to help them care for the seals. Staff at the RSPCA Centre at East Winch are treating around 50 pups and getting through more than 100 towels every day. Well, Elodie Harper is at the centre for us now. Elodie, where are all these injured pups coming from?
Well, they come from all along the east coast, from Essex, Norfolk. Most of them come from the Wash, like Murphy here, who you can see just sitting playing on the steps. He was found at Terrington on the marsh. Now, all the pups, when they're brought in here, they're in a very emaciated, starved condition, and they will require intensive treatment if they're to have any hope of recovering.
When Murphy was rescued by the RSPCA, he weighed less than he would have done the day he was born. 3 months on, he's more than trebled in weight and is almost ready to be released back into the wild. The number of sick seal pups like Murphy being brought into this Norfolk Wildlife Centre is increasing significantly.
So far this season we've had 69 pups, all common seal pups, and that's much more than normal because normally in a year we get 50 common seals. So as you can imagine, we're rather full out and flat out in the centre.
The rise in injured pups has led to a desperate shortage of towels, which are vital in looking after the sickest.
These seal pups are 2 months old, but they weigh less than they did at birth, which means they have difficulty keeping warm, which is one of the ways that the towels come in useful.
Besides being used to regulate body temperature, the towels are needed to wrap around the weakest pups when they are handled and fed. These pups are so sick they have to be kept in isolation, which means towels can't be reused due to the risk of infection. Each seal pup can get through 7 towels in a day. The RSPCA hope holidaymakers in our region will donate beach towels as the summer ends. Collection points have been set up at Tesco stores in Kings Lynn, Downham Market and Fakenham.
Thank you very much, thank you. All right for you? Yep.
And it's also possible to drop towels off at the Wildlife Centre itself. Once the seals are on their way to recovery, they can be kept outside. They're weighed regularly, and once they reach 35 kilos, they are released into the wild. Murphy is currently just 6 kilos under the target. An investigation into why there are so many sick seal pups this year is underway. Over the summer, there were a number of unexplained seal deaths in Norfolk, and it's possible that some of the pups here are orphans of those that died. While the investigation continues, the RSPCA here are working hard to save as many of the injured pups as they can.
Oh, they're so very sweet, aren't they? Elodie, what's the response been to the appeal for towels so far?
Well, local residents are really responding well to this appeal. Tesco's at Kings Lynn told us that they'd seen a real increase in the number of people dropping towels off at the collection point there. And numerous people came here to this centre this afternoon to drop off their towels. One man drove all the way from Norwich to drop off just 1 bag of towels. There was also a collection at an old people's home that saw 10 bags of towels brought in. And it's all types of towels. It's not just beach towels that people are bringing in to donate.
All sorts of towels, hand towels and bath sheets and everything really. Our husband won't have a towel tonight.
Well, if you can't find your towel tonight, it is just possible that an overzealous relative might have brought it in here to donate it. But I'm sure if that's the case, that the seals will appreciate it.
I'm sure they will. Thanks, Elodie.
Cute, aren't they?
They're very cute, aren't they?
Just as well, they don't use Egyptian cotton towels like me, because we would be in trouble. But seriously, don't bring your towels, don't send your towels to us. You can take them directly to the RSPCA Centre in East Winch, or, as you heard there, Tesco in Kings Lynn, Downham Market or Fakenham.
Now it's fast approaching 6:30, where we'll hand you over to the national team. Here's what they've got for you.
Coming up on the ITV News, serious doubts about the Commonwealth Games in India as a bridge collapses at the main stadium in Delhi. This as many national teams say facilities are simply not ready and conditions at the athletes' village are filthy and unhygienic. Also, Sir Terry Pratchett on the astonishing costs of caring for people with dementia. For those stories and more, join us at 6:30.
Now, today was the first day of autumn.
Don't send in your emails. That's actually debatable. We know some claim it begins later in the week, others at the beginning of September.
Certainly started at my daughter's preschool. Well, we can argue about that until the cows come home, but certainly it's about to start if it hasn't already. Yeah,
the hedgerows are full of berries, a sign, some say, of a hard winter to come. But with a late summer sun warming the region today, that all felt very far away. Malcolm Robertson reports.
The tour of Britain may have long since departed, but its spirit survives, and on days like this, what could be nicer? Out enjoying the season of mists and mellow fruitfulness, and as late summer gives way to autumn, taking stock of the wonders of nature. Some people say autumn starts today, September the 21st, but before we're deluged with calls, there are others who claim it's actually the 22nd, and others who actually say it's Thursday the 23rd. But what isn't in dispute is that this year the trees and bushes are laden with autumn berries. They grow 270 acres of fruit on this farm at Tunstead in Norfolk, and now the time is ripe for autumn raspberries, which are being picked by agricultural students from Eastern Europe and will soon be on their way to some of our leading supermarkets.
Warm days are great, but warm nights are probably even more important. If we can have warm nights, that really is the key to good fruit production.
The warm, sunny weather is just what they need at Chilford Hall in Cambridgeshire, one of several wineries across the region. They'll soon start picking the grapes and would love to bottle a few more days like today.
A little bit disappointed we had a bit of a dip around May time when we got hit by the frost, so that's had an impact on what we're going to get in the quantity of fruit, but hopefully if the weather stays like this, the quality of the fruit will be pretty good this year, we hope.
A combination of harsh winter and golden early summer means for many bumper crops of apples, although Francis James, who runs the apple and pear people business near Norwich, says not everyone's been lucky. It depends on pollination and where you live.
If the weather was good on the farm and the bees were active, then there is a good crop, and where they were colder and wetter, which was a fairly cold, wet May, the bees weren't as active, and therefore there are a lot less apples.
With the weather fine but winter not too far away, this is a good time to enjoy the countryside and to appreciate the importance of autumn.
Lots of birds will eat these berries at this time of year, which is what the tree wants, because inside is the seed, and in the digestive system of the bird, the seed will be taken somewhere else, and that's really what fruits in autumn are all about.
It might be a time of year when things are beginning to slow down, but on days like today, the onset of autumn has a lovely feel to it. Malcolm Robertson, Anglia News.
Did he say winter's not far away? That's not fair. Autumn is upon us, but it's felt like summer today, actually, hasn't it?
Certainly has, and us men, we find it hard to dress as it is. So, Amanda, what's going on with this weather?
Well, it has been absolutely wonderful out here today, hasn't it? And our weather correspondent, the lovely Stephen in Beccles, actually recorded a top temperature of 23.3 degrees today, and it's set to get even warmer for you tomorrow. So I think ice creams and sunglasses for you tomorrow. However, make the most of it. By the end of the week, you'll be digging out those coats and scarves, as it looks like autumn will definitely be here with a vengeance. Let's take a look at the details.
One of Neil's 8 scarves will be coming out this weekend.
They certainly will. Well, that's the news and weather for tonight. Don't forget you can watch all the news and weather again on our website if you want to at itv.com/Anglia.
Now, you can also see our online feature This Week in 1985 too, where we dig into the Anglia archive to revisit some of the stories we reported on 25 years ago.
Princess Diana visited RAF Wittering in Cambridgeshire.
Colchester Zoo closed for the day after the death of Moto, one of the elephants there.
And there's a look back at the leap in computer gaming technology as a programmer from our region created an adventure game. That's itv.com/Anglia.
And that's all from us. Thanks ever so much for joining us this evening. See you tomorrow.
That's it. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.